Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are LA.
Halos kicked off a 7-game homestand last night with a W, albeit an interesting W, but a W nonetheless, Scooby, as the Angels welcome in the Boston Red Sox on this beautiful Friday night tonight for the Big A. It is game 2 of this 4-game set. We welcome you inside Angel Stadium and back to Angels baseball on Fox Sports West along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and I said albeit an ugly win. It was interesting to say the least, in what appeared to be a situation that could have easily turned into a game-ending double play. Hanley Ramirez airmails one, and the Angels pick up a 2-1 win.
Yeah, certainly it was interesting. Take a look at our AT&T high-speed replay. It looked like Hanley Ramirez had an opportunity to throw the home and back to first, but he was trying to do the exact same thing all at once. You can see him on the throw. He's throwing the ball and trying to run back to the base, and that made him elevate his elbow. The high throw, 2-run score, the winning run, G-Man Choi. An improbable win, with expecting the way David Price threw the ball throughout. That 8 innings was outstanding, but a mistake in the field gives the Halos the W.
And we mentioned last night, this is the beginning of a long road trip for the Boston Red Sox, and that is a tough loss. For the Angels on the other end, they pick up a victory. That's 7 straight home wins, something that we hadn't really talked a whole lot about this year.
Well, they've been playing very well, especially of late since the All-Star break. Take a look at our Lowe's home field advantage. You mentioned how well they have played at home of late. 7 straight home victories, and when you think about what they've done, they've outscored their opponent 42-17, 7 or more runs in 7 of those wins, and they pitched extremely well. That's the bottom line. They've pitched very well, they've scored the right amount of runs, and they've played some excellent defense, and you're going to have to do so against Rick Porcello and the Red Sox here tonight, so Tim Lincecum can pick up the W.
Red Sox offense kept off balance by Jared Weaver. Let's see what Tim Lincecum has in store. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. This telecast of Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Hyundai. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today. By Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Brewhouse Bacon Burger today for limited time only at participating restaurants. By your Southern California Toyota dealers. By Mercury Insurance, on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by the Jeep Renegade. Find your inner Renegade and reach your highest potential with an EPA estimated 31 highway miles per gallon. Stadium, game 2 of a 4-game series against the Boston Red Sox. 2-1 winners last night were the Angels, and now have run their record to 46-56. Gooby, what do you have for tonight?
Well, my Hyundai key for this game today for the Angels to be successful. A little Aerosmith going, says with Boston in town. Well, I don't want to miss a thing. That means I don't want to miss an opportunity to make a very good play behind Tim Lincecum. And when you're at the plate against Rick Porcello, you want to make sure when he elevates one of those sinking fastballs out over the plate and elevate it, don't miss it, drive it, and do some damage. They've had some good swings in their career against Porcello. Tim Lincecum looking for some great defense behind him tonight.
Coming off a very tough start in his last go-around against the Houston Astros. This is the lineup that the Boston Red Sox will run out for their ball game tonight. Boston now at 55-45 on the season, and still in third place in the American League East, 2.5 games back. They will have Mookie Betts leading things off in right field. Dustin Pedroia at second base. Xander Bogaerts extended his hitting streak to 10 games last night. He's the shortstop. David Ortiz at DH, Hanley Ramirez at first, Jackie Bradley Jr. in center field. The veteran Aaron Hill gets a start at third base tonight. Ryan Hannigan, also a veteran, he's behind the plate, and Brock Holt is batting ninth and patrolling left field. We mentioned Tim Lincecum is on the mound. It's been a tough go for Tim Lincecum as a member of the Angels. This will be his 8th start, 2-4 and an 8.70 ERA.
Yeah, and all those numbers, you know, at this point for Tim Lincecum, he had so much success throughout his early part of his career. Just forget about that. It's a new game here tonight, and my go-tos for Tim Lincecum to be successful is regain that confidence. Watch him throw a bullpen session the other day in Kansas City. Finally had that smile on his face and repelled the bees. A lot of very good hitters. Betts, Bogaerts, Bradley Jr., very good numbers. Keep them off the bases also and make sure they swing at your pitch.
Check out the Nissan defense for the Angels behind Tim Lincecum. Daniel Nava is in left field. Mike Trout at center. Cole Calhoun at right. The infield, Yunel Escobar and Andrelton Simmons on the left. Gregorio Petit and G-Man Choi on the right, and Carlos Perez is behind the plate.
And Carlos Perez behind the plate has done a very good job as far as throwing out would-be base stealers of late. He's only allowed 2 stolen bases in his last 7 starts this month. 4 attempts, has thrown out 38% this season, but also his game calling for Tim Lincecum. Make sure they're in a perfect pattern as far as the pitch you put down is the pitch that Lincecum wants to throw.
Mookie Betts is ready to go, as is Tim Lincecum. And we are just about ready to get underway. Last start for Lincecum against Houston, 1 1/3. First pitch tonight is upstairs for ball 1. Tim in that start against Houston, 8 runs, all earned on 7 hits. As you see Betts' numbers on the season. Lincecum promptly falls behind at 2 balls and no strikes. This was an issue in that last start, falling behind and getting into very good hitters counts. 2-0. 3 balls and no strikes.
Very similar in the way he started down there in Houston. What had happened is in that first pitch with good movement ran off the inside corner, and all of a sudden the last couple for Lincecum looked like he tried to aim the baseball.
And that is a 4-pitch walk to start the game.
Second baseman, number 15, Dustin Pedroia.
And the one thing that Lincecum has had a difficult time with throughout his career is limiting the stolen base. Now it's going to be up to Carlos Perez with his quick throwing arm and quick release to slow down that running game, because Betts can run well. 16 stolen bases on the season.
16 bags leads the Red Sox. Troy takes down low, snap throw to first, but it's a wide throw. And Tim's started this game off with 5 straight out of the strike zone. Pedroia last night 1 for 4. He's now reached safely in 31 straight games. And a big lead for Betts. 2-0. Carlos going to go out. Now, Tim's one of those guys that has an unusual routine before the game, especially as far as bullpen work is concerned. Doesn't waste a whole lot of time down at the bullpen. He's a veteran. He knows what it takes, especially on a warm night. It's 81 degrees at first pitch, and it's a muggy day, so you don't want to overexert yourself and kind of leave things, you know, out there in the bullpen. You want to kind of leave it all out on the field when the bell rings.
Yeah, a lot of times the starting pitcher will throw somewhere around 35 to 50 pitches. He's a guy that doesn't throw as many pitches warming up in the bullpen.
3-0. Now, what made Weaver so effective last night, Gooby, the fact that the breaking ball was good. He was able to keep guys off balance, show the fastball on occasion, throw it for strikes, but then he had a good breaking ball, both the curveball and slider.
And the ability to be able to throw those pitches for strikes are huge against the Red Sox.
So 2 batters into this game, back-to-back walks, 8 straight out of the zone.
Shortstop, number 2, Xander.
You've got the shortstop, Xander Bogaerts, coming up. Talked at length last night about how good Boston has been this year on the offensive side. 289 team batting average, 127 home runs, 561 runs scored. But limited last night to 8 hits, scattered by Weaver and the rest of the bullpen. Ramirez, Salas, Smith, and Bedrosian.
These are those times too, as a middle infield, you try to help him out, maybe even put a pickoff on at some point.
There's a strike. Dependent, derisive round of applause by the Angels faithful here.
Again, think in terms of every once in a while get one of those easy outs with a pickoff at second. If you see Betts getting a little bit too big of a lead at second base.
Bogaerts hitting .330 on the year with 12 home runs, 63 runs batted in. Extended his hitting streak to 10 games last night. Second in the American League with hits at 136 at .330 average. Second behind Jose Altuve. Back-to-back walks to start the game. And that one caught the upper reaches of the strike zone.
It's a split finger changeup. High pitches against a number of these hitters. Upper part of the strike zone against them. Not a good decision at most times. Bogaerts being one of them, 328 batting average on high pitches. But he also has rolled into 10 double plays, and Lincecum would love to have one of those right now.
Upstairs, that ran up and in. Tried another one. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Talk about as far as high pitches and top averages. Betts 337, Bogaerts 328, Pedroia 314, all on high pitches. That's 7th, 8th, and 9th best in Major League Baseball. So the goal is always stay down and away against these hitters for the Red Sox.
2-2. Full count.
You talk about a big moment right here now for Lincecum. 3-2 pitch. Got to get at least 1 out. Hope to get 2 outs with this pitch.
3-2, and he got him with a breaking ball. 1 down.
Got to have a lot of confidence in that curveball to get this pitch close enough to the plate to get Bogaerts to chase it. Starts at the knees, ends up in the dirt. Perez keeps it in front. Good break to that one. That's the exact same pitch you mentioned with Jerry Weaver last night. They got some swing and misses from the Red Sox hitters. That slow, straight over the top curveball.
And as aggressive as they are on the offensive side, they don't strike out a whole lot. 698 strikeouts on the year. That's 13th in the American League. So Big Papi will bat. Betts still at second, Pedroia at first. First one in the dirt, dug out by Carlos. Ortiz last night 0 for 2. Drew a couple of walks as well. And with every round of batting practice that he took today, once he left the cage, you got a nice round of applause by the Red Sox faithful. Snap throw to second base on a pickoff, and Betts gets the hand back in there.
And one thing you got to keep an eye on too with Escobar, how far away he is from third base, especially with Big Papi up there. They have to go all the way back to her third, and just in case there's a stolen base attempt. So he's going to be on the move going towards the base. It's going to have to be a perfect throw from Perez.
Lifted out toward left field. It's playable for Nava. This isn't Fenway Park. Nava will make the catch, throw to second. 2 outs. A loud long out And now Lincecum will face Hanley Ramirez with runners at the corners.
And a good decision for Nava to throw back to second base. You still keep that force out in order at second. If something's hitting the hole that Simmons has to backhand, he can throw across the second base to Petit for the force out.
Hanley 1 for 4 in last night's game, hitting .278, 13 home runs, 60 runs batted in. Five home runs, 12 RBIs over the last 8 games. And the first one is in there for a strike.
And good career numbers, a number of at-bats against Tim Lincecum for Hanley Ramirez. He's 9 for 27 with a home run and 5 RBI.
There's Betts. There's Pedroia. Back-to-back walks to start the game. Bogarts with a strikeout. Ortiz with a fly ball to left. Oh, one check swing, come back into the mound. Lincecum's got it, and he gets out of it, Gooby. Back-to-back walks to start the game.
That's huge for his confidence and the way the team's been playing at home. Big moment for Lincecum. Tied here at 0.
Little pep talk by Mike Scioscia with Tim Lincecum, who got out of some serious trouble in the first inning. And we'll check out the Angels lineup. The 46 and 56 Halos, 12.5 back in the West. Escobar leading things off at third, Calhoun at right. Trout at center, Pujols DHing, Navas in left field. Simmons the shortstop, Choi at first, Carlos Perez behind the plate. Tonight, Gregorio Petit gets a start at second base. And he is batting ninth. To take on the 27-year-old right-hander native of Morristown, New Jersey, by the name of Rick Porcello.
He's having a very good season, 13-2, 10-0 at home for Porcello. But my go-tos to be successful against Porcello is bring that sinker up. When he has that sinker down at the knees or below and you hit ground balls, he's very successful. And let pitches travel deep, especially that little breaking ball he has.
Escobar swinging first pitch. Lines went to Pedroia. One out. Let's check out the defense for the Boston Red Sox tonight. You've got Holt, Bradley, and Betts in the outfield from left to right. Hill, Bogarts, Pedroia, and Ramirez from third to first. Hannigan behind the plate.
And Ramirez at first base had that tough play to finish off the game, but has been very, very solid for the most part at first base. The season with 4 errors made at first base. Never played first ever in the majors or minors before this year. Has turned 64 double plays also.
He certainly looked a lot more comfortable at first base this year than he did in left field, just in front of the monster last season. One pitch, one out for Porcello. And Cole will take a strike. Calhoun 1 for 4 last night. Now hitting .279, 10 home runs, 54 runs batted in.
And Cole Calhoun against Porcello last year back on July 18th, 2015. Not once against Rick Porcello for Cole Calhoun. Certainly worthy of the Carl's Cam replay. Let's do it again. Another one. 2 home run performance for Cole Calhoun against Porcello. Some pretty good numbers. 5 for 8. We mentioned those 2 home runs for Cole Calhoun against Porcello.
13-game winner this year. This is his 21st start. Last year, just a 9-15 record in his first season with Boston. Upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He has thrown more 4-seam fastballs. That's one of them right there at 94. Generally, he's going to be 88 to 93 with his 2-seam fastball. 92 to 95 range, 4-seam fastball, slider, curveball, changeup.
Just missed inside.
That's that nasty 2-seamer. Starts it at the hip of Cole Calhoun and tries to bring it back and get the corner. John Farrell, former pitcher in the big leagues, successful one. Manager for the Red Sox, thought that was a strike. It looked pretty close.
Shift on against Cole. 2-2, and he got him with the off speed. 2 down. So they'll bring up Trout.
Real good changeup here. With Porcello, stays back on it well. Circle changeup, starts at the knees and ends up on off the outside corner in the dirt.
That looked almost palm ball like. The way he had the fingers up on that. Base is clear for Trout. 2 outs in the first. First one in for a strike. Trout last night 1 for 4. Scored the tying run on that fielder's choice to Hanley Ramirez. Breaking pitch. This is skied to right center. It's playable. Ricky Betts makes the call on the catch. And the Angels are done here in the first. One to the second with no score. Warm night for baseball. Weekend baseball with the Red Sox in town. Good crowd last night, just over 41,000. And still filing into this ballpark. A lot of traffic in the area. Right, Gooby?
Oh, it was a lot of fun driving. Oh, yeah.
Good old Friday traffic in Southern California. Tim Lincecum got out of some damage, some trouble, I should say, in the first inning to avoid damage. He will deliver a strike to Jackie Bradley Jr. to start off the second inning. Pulls this one foul. No balls, 2 strikes. The Red Sox center fielder. 0 for 4 last night. Hitting .299 with 16 home runs. 61 runs batted in. 1-2. Off speed, got him looking on the outside part of the plate, one down.
Third baseman.
Hey, get your red on as the Angels take on the Red Sox this Sunday at 12:35. Fans in attendance will receive a one-of-a-kind umbrella hat, courtesy of Waba Grill while supplies last. Visit angels.com/promotions to get your tickets today. And here's a good look at the umbrella hat. Look, you know how to see how good this umbrella hat is? Look, even if it's raining, look at it. It's water repellent. Gooby, it's raining. Look, you're not even getting wet. Unbelievable. Just in case it rains here in Southern California. Hill rips one out to straightaway center field. Trout's there. He'll put it away. Out number 2. I'm surprised you couldn't keep the headsets on with that thing on.
It was quite comfortable, though.
Yeah.
It's amazing. All that rain on me. Not a drop on me. Completely dry. My shirt completely dry.
Our stage manager, on the other hand, might be a little soaked, but
yeah, that's all part of the experience.
Yeah, it's just Dean. He'll live.
It's a solid look, though.
Well, you never know when you're going to get a gusher. First one to Ryan Hannigan. It's a breaking ball for a strike. Hannigan hitting 176 in 26 games this year. Home run and 13 runs batted in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, man.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That's Sunday, right?
That is coming up Sunday. 12:35 start.
Perfect.
Tyler Skaggs' 2nd start of the year. This one ripped down to left center. Nava moving over and he'll put it away. An easy 1-2-3 inning for Lincecum. We'll head to the bottom of the 2nd. Scoreless.
To the plate, most career RBI amongst active players. A-Rod at the top with 2,084. Albert Pujols is below at 1,776. Love that number. David Ortiz 1,725, and Adrian Beltre with 1,532 RBIs amongst active leaders.
Albert Pujols will look at a strike to lead off the bottom of the 2nd inning. Porcello with a 1-2-3 first. Line out a strikeout and a fly ball to right. Albert rips this one out to right center field. It's a base hit to lead off the 2nd.
Well, like we said a lot in Kansas City, what he has done very well of late, even here, his homestand, staying back on the baseball, driving the middle to right center field. His hips open up, good leverage, lower part of his body, and looking to drive the baseball that way. He's getting his foot down. Great leverage to be able to drive the ball to right center field for Albert Pujols.
So Porcello will work from the stretch for the first time. Nava takes low, hitting .233. 4 doubles, a home run, 13 runs batted in, getting the start tonight in left field. He rips this one out to left center field, tailing away, and it will fall in there. Get by Betts. It'll go to the wall. Albert heading toward third. You're going to have to stop him there. And that should be a single with an error for Daniel Navas. The Angels have runners at second and third and nobody out.
Yeah, that's one of those tough plays as an outfielder to determine if you're going to try to slide in and make that play before it hits the ground. As a left-handed batter, it's going to be tailing away from you. That good speed that Bradley Jr. has, the way that baseball kicked the other way and by him. That might even be a tough error, the way that ball bounced the other way. Again, when you have that crisscross of the grass being cut in the outfield, you're going to get some different bounces. You have to look that baseball right into your glove. Big bounce error for the Angels. Now runners in scoring position for one of the hottest hitters on the team, and Andrelton Simmons.
Nava gets credited with a double. 5th of the year. Second and third. Infield back for Boston, and here's Simmons. 1 for 4 last night. .284 average with a home run and 22 runs batted in. He'll take a strike in the bottom part of the zone. Caught the that bottom part of the zone according to our Fox track, so it's an 0-1 count. Single by Albert, double by Nava, the 1-1 down away.
Good take there by Simmons early in the season. A little aggressive. Will chase that pitch. Be so locked in at this particular moment.
The Angels last night 2 for 5 with men in scoring position.
.381 batting average last 30 games for Simmons.
Ground ball toward short. It'll score a run. Albert will come in to score, and the Angels have a 1-0 lead. Simmons will get an RBI on that play.
Bogarts thought about it, throwing home. And when you're playing back, that's a long throw. And Albert read that one well. As soon as that ball was hit on the ground to the middle part of the field with him playing back, he's going and scores the first run of the game. High fives as he gets back into that dugout. Good swing he had also to start off the inning.
So G-Man Choi comes up. Angels first baseman. 175 batting average, 4 doubles, 2 home runs, and 5 runs batted in. It was the pinch runner that scored the winning run, running for Albert. Time called by the home plate umpire Mark Ripperger. Crew chief Joe West at first, Kerwin Danley at second, Andy Fletch over at third. Ground ball to second. 2 down.
Well, early on, Porcello has his changeup working very, very well. I mean, you can throw your changeup and back it up with your 2-seam sinking fastball. You have 2 pitches that lower part of the strike zone, because there's going to be a differential of about anywhere between 10 to 12 miles an hour on the pitch.
He's had some issues with the Angels throughout his career. This is his 14th career start against the Halos, 4-6, and a 6.82 ERA, including his shortest and worst outing of his career that happened here on April 20th of 2013. Carlos takes slow, and that was the game in which Porcello gave up 9 runs on 9 hits in 2/3 of an inning, including the Mike Trout grand slam. That was as a member of the Tigers.
Well, I love what I was watching here in dugout with Albert talking with Trout, what Albert did at his at-bat against him.
Back up the middle, a base hit for Carlos Perez. It'll bring home Daniel Nava. The Angels lead it 2-0.
And just before I got a chance even to finish that, that's exactly what he was saying you got to try to do, is just trying to stay inside the baseball and think middle of field. And he's pointing right into Albert Pujols and the bench with this swing. 2-seam fastball inside, brings his hands inside the baseball and lines it back up the middle. That's exactly what Albert was talking to Trout about, and obviously telling Carlos Perez when he came to the plate here.
Carlos with his 26th run batted in. 2 runs in. And now Gregorio Petit at the plate. He's getting to start tonight at second base. Johnny Giavotella getting the night off. Gregorio is late on that one, fouls it off. First ever appearance for Gregorio Petit against Rick Porcello. .288 batting average, couple of home runs, 15 runs batted in. Gregorio last night made his 2nd consecutive start in left field. Ended up going 1 for 3. One ball, 1 strike. Chopper to the right side. Pedroia moves over. Retires Petit. The inning comes to an end. The Angels strike for 2 on 3 hits. We'll head to the 3rd. It's a 2-0 Angels lead. On top by the score of 2-0, and we'd like to wish a very happy birthday to Ryan Solis, the nephew of Steve Solis, the Angels catching and information coach. Ryan having a birthday today, and he, Steve and his wife Heather wanted Ryan to know that thinking of him.
That's
happy
great.
Birthday to his
Happy
nephew.
birthday.
Steve Solis used to be the bullpen catcher. We have a shot of him, but instead he's down in the bowels of the stadium, if you will, looking at video.
Yes, he is.
And probably listening to us.
And saying, no, they're going to ask him if it's a close play or not. Should I go ahead and tell Mike Scioscia to go check that one on replay?
Ball and a strike on Brock Holt. 9-1-2 for Boston here in the 3rd. Slow breaking ball that misses. Lincecum threw 19 pitches in the 1st, settled down to throw 9 in the 2nd. This one's ripped to first, and it's a nice play by G-Man Choi. Short hopper takes it himself, one away.
You've seen Choi and Marte make some really solid defensive plays at first base. Get a lot more playing time, reading the baseball off the bat that much better. G-Man Choi keeps it in front. A good prep step he has to keep that in front. Making sure that baseball is going to be knocked down in front of him. Runs over the base. 3 unassisted.
Top of the order now, Mookie Betts led off the game with a walk.
Well, Tim started out the game with the first 4 batters, only threw 1 first pitch strike. Since that point, 6 batters, 6 first pitch strikes.
One heck of a leadoff hitter in Mookie Betts. 343 on base percentage, 533 slugging. Leads Major League Baseball with 43 multi-hit games as he takes the ball. All these young players coming of age. Seen flashes of the greatness that Bogaerts has possessed. Betts, Bradley Jr. slowly but surely getting better with each year. They've all 3 have put it all together this season. Two upstairs, full count.
He's missed upstairs a couple times with that split finger changeup. Reason why you do that, you fly that front shoulder open and it drags your elbow that elevates that split finger upstairs.
And he walked him. Boy, got ahead. And he'll put Betts on board for the second time.
Second baseman, number 15, Dustin Pedroia.
You got to believe at this point Betts is going to take a shot at trying to steal a base. He's got a big lead again.
Betts takes off. The pitch upstairs. The throw down to second. A good one, but dropped by Petit. I'm not sure they were going to get him. Betts will pick up a stolen base.
Pretty quick catch and throw for Perez, even make this one close. A big jump and then a slow curveball also. So his hand is going to be in there anyhow. 17 stolen base for Betts. Still always difficult for when you had that head first slide to keep your hand on the base and then eventually that back foot. Well, he is really quick right now on his delivery for Tim Lincecum. See the frustration he had as soon as he delivered that pitch.
And a 4-pitch walk, the second to Pedroia. So Betts and Pedroia have had 4 plate appearances, all resulting in the base on balls. So 2 on, 1 out, and Bogaerts coming up. Bogaerts struck out in his first plate appearance. Takes upstairs. That's 9 straight out of the zone. 43 pitches, 26 balls, 17 strikes. Angels up 2-0. We're in the third.
That's a pretty good pitch. Lower part of the strike zone. 71-mile-an-hour curveballs should have been called a strike. Corner Fox strikes getting the lower part of the strike zone, but again, when you've been out of a zone like that, it's very difficult to get those borderline pitches called.
Runners take off, and they have bats hung up. Thank you very much. How about that gift? Pedroia alertly stopped and headed back to first.
But you get a double play on a pickoff.
Yeah. Well, the Angels had their own base running gaff last night in the 5th inning.
He's able to maintain balance and hears that he's going. Tim Lincecum makes a throw over there to Escobar quickly. Huge out. Rick Sutcliffe always tried that play.
2-0 pitch on the corner. Well, you said it in the 1st inning after he walked the first 2 batters, trying to get a quick out via a pickoff. Well, he was getting into trouble here in the 3rd. He gets the quick out via the pickoff. 2-1. This is shot to the alley in right center field. That'll go to the wall. Pedroia's racing toward 3rd. Butterfield's going to wave him in. Petit up with it, fires it home. The throw to the plate, and it's not in time. Carlos tried to short hop the throw and tag. The run scores. Bogaerts ends up at 3rd, and it's 2-1 Angels.
When we look at our pitch by pitch here for Lincecum, that front shoulder flying wide open on that first one. Same thing here. Not a little bit better though on the curveball, but he's trying to stay working downhill. Much better on that breaking ball. And then the elevated fastball. What do we talk about as far as these top 3 in the lineup for the Red Sox on high pitches? Stay back on that one well. Drives that ball very well to right center field to pick up his 25th double and 64th RBI. Again, those guys, those top 3 guys all hit high fastballs extremely well.
Bogaerts gets credited with a double, his 25th of the year, picks up his 64th run batted in. As Big Papi is ahead of the count at 1-0. And what a fortunate pickoff. Otherwise, we're talking about a 2-2 game. Ortiz 0 for 1, hit a fly ball to deep left his first time up. Would have been interesting to see if that throw had been handled by Simmons throwing it in. Nothing against Gregorio Petit, but Andrelton a much stronger arm. As this one sliced to left field, that'll tie this game up. Ortiz with a single, and it's a 2-2 game.
And one thing you'll see right here is that in the stretch position, we always talk about working straight downhill. His balance, he's already leaning forward, Lincecum, and then the shoulder flies open there at the last second and exposes the hand a little bit longer for a hitter to be able to see the baseball out of his hand. When Lincecum is dealing, that front shoulder is in longer and the deception is there. You always want to make sure as a pitcher against a hitter, the least amount of time where they can see the baseball out of the hand, the better. Then they can read the rotation of the seams to be able to tell what kind of pitch it's going to be as compared to a fastball or say an all-speed pitch.
Ball and a strike on Hanley Ramirez. And excuse me, ground out back to the mound to end the first. He's 0 for 1.
RBI number 85 now for David Ortiz on that base hit to left.
Bigger issues for him command-wise come more from the stretch and from the full windup.
Look how many more pitches he's thrown out of the strike zone as compared to in the strike zone of his 53 pitches.
So first and second, 2 outs. And Charles Nagy's going to come out and pay a visit. Lincecum now 54 pitches. We're in the third. Jackie Bradley Jr. will be the batter.
And that's something that Lincecum has not done throughout his career. He's always been very consistent in the strike zone for the most part. 646 career walks, 1,704 strikeouts. We're talking nearly a 3-to-1 ratio as far as strikeouts to walks in his career.
Most walks he's ever issued in a game, 7. He's done that twice, and both against the Dodgers. 2013 the last time. He's issued 5 walks so far. This one's lifted out towards shallow right center field. Trout coming in. Calls everybody off, and he'll make the catch to end the inning. Boston ties it up, however, and we'll head to the bottom of the third. It's a 2-2 game.
Clean, crisp, Coors Light. The Angels win last night. 2-1 walk-off error when scoring 2 runs in the 9th. First time since opening day 1984. Also versus the Red Sox. Bob Boone reached on an error by shortstop Jackie Gutierrez, scoring Fred Lynn and Juan Beniguez. They were dealing, the Red Sox. 2 runs scored on an error. That's how that Mike Scioscia drew it up last night, that's for sure.
Top of the order for the Angels, Escobar, Calhoun, and Trout. You're now 0 for 1, line down. The first pitch he saw at the bottom of the first. Escobar didn't like that call, and it's 0-2. One down. Hey, don't miss doubleheader MLB action tomorrow. Bryce Harper and the Nationals taking on the Giants. Then the Cardinals take on Giancarlo Stanton and the Marlins in a game you can only see on FS1. The action begins at noon Pacific on FS1, where you can watch it live on Fox Sports Go.
Ichiro still 2 hits away from 3,000. 0 for 4 tonight in the game for the Marlins against the Cardinals.
Only doing that so that he could do it on national TV tomorrow.
That's how he rolls.
Marlins making a big trade for 3 pitchers and some cash. Cashner being one of those pitchers. Come and go for the Padres. Colo for one. He went down swinging his first time up. Talking about that 2-1 win for the Angels last night. David Price, first Sox pitcher to throw at least 8 shutout innings in a team loss since Matt Young did the same thing back in '91. David Price was dealing.
He was a ground ball machine.
Two balls, one strike. Porcello, a Tigers first round pick back in 2008 out of high school. 27th, pardon me, overall selection. Came over to Boston in the Yoenis Cespedes deal prior to last year.
Coming into this game, Calhoun, Trout, Pujols combined .354 batting average against Porcello with 4 home runs and 13 RBI. He's made some pretty good pitches, especially all speed so far in 2 at-bats against Cole Calhoun.
Different pitcher than he's been in years past this year. He's won his last 5 starts and actually hasn't lost since May 17th against Kansas City.
How the defense for the Red Sox, they switch around as far as the shift depending on the count. And Cole has been to the plate here. Aaron Hill has moved over there to second base area. He's right over here now. He was over playing third base with Cole. Even up in the count, he's moved over there. He's played a lot of second base in his career along with third base.
He came up with Toronto as a second baseman. Just acquired early July from the Milwaukee Brewers. Three-two on the way. Cole taps a foul. That was this year that the Angels played the Brewers, right? In Milwaukee. Yep.
It's a good view where Cole likes to try to drive the baseball.
Trout on deck. Cole hits one right to the shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. Shift or no shift, he would have been an out. 2 down.
Still a good swing there by Cole. Hit it well right at Bogaerts. Here's that baseball in front of him.
Trout a fly ball to right in his first at bat. Takes off the plate. This is ripped to third, and Aaron Hill has the ball find him. A 1-2-3 inning for Porcello. We're still tied at 2 as we head to the 4th. 2 of a 4-game series. Tim Lincecum back out of the bump to face the bottom third of the order. Hill, Hannigan, and Holt. Aaron Hill just caught that line shot. A missile off the bat of Mike Trout. Head of the count at 1-0. He'll take a breaking ball that misses. Hill 0 for 1. Drove one out to center. Trout tracked down.
11 for 23 in his career versus Lincecum for Aaron Hill.
Hill now 34 years of age. Pulls this one foul. First round pick by the Blue Jays in 03 out of LSU. The Blue Jays, Diamondbacks, the Brewers, and now the Boston Red Sox. Two. Back up the middle, and that'll sneak through for a leadoff single. Hey, get your red on. The Angels take on the Oakland Athletics Tuesday, August the 2nd at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive an Angels soccer scarf courtesy of Micro Semi while supplies last. Go to angels.com/promotions to get your tickets today.
This is fantastic. Excellent scarf.
Put it on, man. There it is. You look like you're going skiing, man.
Yeah. Is that right?
Wear it as an ascot the rest of the day. Oh, you should.
Oh, yeah, I definitely should.
Go Thurston Howell III on us. Love it.
Yes.
Ryan Hannigan hit a fly ball out his first time up. Takes a ball to even the count. No, not going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
That's perfect.
Oh, it is. Solid.
Silky smooth.
Yes, it is.
Two one count. .63 pitches for Lincecum. 37 balls, 26 strikes. The only easy inning, if you will, the second. This one's pulled foul. Strikeout and a couple of fly ball outs in the second after struggling to start this game. Command issues again in the third. 3 total walks allowed. But all that said, it's a 2-2 game here in the fourth. Not a big lead for Hill at first.
And it's those elevated pitches that have hurt Lincecum so far. 65 pitches, 38 of them balls. It's 27 strikes.
Hill takes off. The pitch is inside. It's a walk. So first and second, nobody out. Ninth place hitter Brock Holt coming up. 6th walk issued by Lincecum. Sixth time in his career he's walked 6 or more batters in a game. Last time was May 23rd, 2014 against the Minnesota Twins. Little dribbler foul. Corner infielders for the Angels. Escobar and Choi at third and first respectively playing in, anticipating a sacrifice, but Holt pulling the trigger.
Boston with only 4 sacrifice bunts this year.
When you swing the bats like they can, you take your chances. You don't want to give up outs. You almost have to fight guys in that lineup to say, I'm not giving up an out.
Yeah, it's like St. Louis Rams back in the day with Kurt Warner there trying to run the football.
This is pulled to right, a base hit. They're loaded up.
Right fielder.
Top of the order now coming up, and Mookie Betts just saw Jhoulys Chacin getting ready, and Nagy's going to go out, stall to give Chacin an opportunity to loose it.
Now you have a very dangerous hitter up here in Betts. Talked about how well he has hit the high pitch, and Tim Lincecum, so a lot of pitches elevated. Very good numbers career-wise with the bases loaded, 412, including 3 for 8 this season.
He'll take a breaking ball downstairs. No official at-bats for Betts tonight. He's walked twice. Hill standing at third, Hannigan at second, and Holt at first. Borderline pitch, but they've kind of been all over the map as far as the zone is concerned. Tough to get those borderline. It's a 7-2-0 count that Tim's had tonight. 3-0. And regardless of what happens here, more than likely his last batter, Chacin, should be ready to go. Gets the call, 3-1. This is driven out to center field. Trout moving back on it. Deep enough to score Hill from third. Hannigan will go to third base. Holt will hold at first. It's a sac fly for Betts, giving Boston a 3-2 lead.
Second baseman, number 15, Dustin Pedroia.
With that quick throw in the second, you still kept a double play in order. And Pedroia's rolled into 17 double plays.
He's walked twice tonight. Breaking ball hit to short. Simmons to Petit to Choi, and there is the 18th double play that Pedroia has hit into. Boston strikes for a run. They lead at 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Nice fly by Mookie Betts, 3-2 as we begin the bottom of the fourth inning. We walk inside the broadcast booth, and it's been a tough go for Tim Lincecum. I mean, there's no doubting that. 6 walks, and it started with the back-to-back walks to start the game, and it hasn't really gotten better. He had the second inning, which was rather easy, but other than that, it's been a tough go.
Yeah, Victor, we talk about that front shoulder opening up. We say that elbow drops down just enough that elevates his pitches. That's exactly what's happening to Tim so far, but he did make a quality pitch to get a double play ball to limit the damage.
Albert Pujols to lead things off here against Rick Porcello. He's thrown 35 pitches, 23 strikes. Albert 1 for 1 with a single. He'll look at a strike. Base hit for Pujols out to right center field. Scored one of the 2 runs in the second. He breaks his bat and lofts one beyond the reach of Bogaerts. And it's another leadoff single for Albert.
Albert now 8 for 21 versus Porcello. Tried to bring his hands inside the baseball. That fastball had some running action inside. To handle the bat, but still strong enough to just barely get it over Bogaerts' head for a single for Albert.
That's the one you yelled, "Get off me," as you're swinging the bat.
That's that sinker that's running in. And believe me, when you run that sinker in as a pitcher and you give up a hit, you're generally not a happy guy.
So says the sinker baller, former sinker baller.
Exactly. I never really liked hitters when they got a hit, ever.
I don't know, man. You're pretty huggy and lovey with George Brett the other day. I mean, you like hitters in general.
Well, if he got hits for me, I liked them a lot.
Well, I thought pitchers didn't like hitters, period.
No,
George was your boy. No, come on, let's be honest. He was your guy. That's all right.
Got a lot of hits for me.
HOFer, I understand. Yeah. You're buying some rounds for him because he was your guy.
Yeah.
Pine tar game. Notwithstanding.
Yeah, exactly. And he made some plays out at third base many times with that sinker down into a right-handed batter. He goes, can you please get him to hit that ball to shortstop or second base? I'm not that far away. I said, that's why you have a glove. And he goes, let's go back to the mound. Let's get away.
No balls, 2 strikes on Nava. He doubled in his first plate appearance.
Nava now 4 for 7 against Porcello.
Shoots this one down the left field line, slicing toward the seats.
You can see that difference when the pitch is down for Nava as compared to upstairs, and Hannigan wanted that fastball elevated. Porcello made a mistake, and Nava hit that ball pretty well and just goes foul down the left field line.
Tough to elevate as a sinker ball, isn't it?
Very hard.
You're not used to doing it anyway.
That's like going back to facing Cecil Cooper, I should say, low ball hitter. And we'll say, well, try to elevate a fastball. I said, well, I couldn't do that. And he had a pretty good shot or 2 off me in his career. Again, another hitter that probably didn't like a whole lot.
Lovely County Stadium.
Yes.
This one's out toward left center field, slicing away for Betts, and he'll track this one down though. Ends up almost in left field to make that catch. One down, Albert heads back to first.
Very similar swing last time up. Now it's time to take a look at our tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. But Anderson Simmons come into play earlier in the season. In April with a higher leg kick, stride and not getting his hands through the baseball, got jammed on. Now look what you're seeing from Anderson Simmons. The 2 taps of the toe. 1, 2, hands much quicker, getting inside the baseball that much better, using the entire field. Hands way quicker with the 2 toe taps.
Simmons grounded out his first time.
It's 2 pretty good swings for Nava against Porcello. That time Bradley Jr. able to run that one down. There's times when you watch Porcello throw his curveball, he really slows down his delivery. Now his changeup has been very good. Doesn't slow down that arm action. As a hitter, you can track that curveball because it's a different arm angle for him.
1-1. This is back toward the middle. Pedroia to the backhand. Flips it to Bogarts for one. And that'll turn into a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. 4 complete. And Boston up 3-2. Brought to you by Subaru, making the world a better place. That's why they created Subaru Loves to Care, Subaru's commitment to a healthier community. By El Pollo Loco, try the new overstuffed quesadillas today. And by Longo Toyota, #1 for 49 straight years. There must be a reason. Why go anywhere else? Boston on top 3-2 as we begin the top of the 5th inning with Bogarts coming up. Let's go back and take a look at that double play, Gooby.
An excellent play, and be able to just get to that base. We talked about in that neighborhood play, but now you have to make contact with the base. He's able to touch that toe on the base, clear the throw to first base, and that ball was hit very well to start with by Simmons and ends up being a 4-6-3 double play.
Yeah.
Bogarts can swing the bat, but he is a very good shortstop too. Boy, there's a lot of great young shortstops in baseball right now.
Yep. He's 1 for 2 tonight. 11-game hitting streak now. Double he picked up his last time. He'll shoot this one out to right field. Cole moves over. 1 down. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
Went throughout baseball, the American League, the National League. Trevor Story, the rookie for Colorado, leading the National League in home runs with 27. You talk about throughout both leagues, tons of young, talented shortstops.
Popped him up. Yunel Escobar calling for it. Simmons calls him off, makes the catch. 2 down.
Speaking of shortstops, that like everything anywhere near him caught by Simmons. Two quick outs here for Lincecum. He's got to be careful in this first pitch to Ramirez, especially if he gets a fastball first pitch. Good idea to go with that curveball. Good one. Good location at 73.
No balls, 2 strikes. Ramirez 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk. Breaking ball, pulled foul. Chacin still loosening in the pen for the Angels, just in case Lincecum gets in any trouble. 83 pitches for Tim, 44 balls, 39 strikes. Still a 1-run deficit for the Angels, 3-2 in the 5th. This one janked foul. Jackie Bradley Jr. on deck. A 1-2 count on Ramirez. And Lincecum gets through 3, 4, and 5 unscathed. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Halos have the bottom part of their order coming up down a run. As a matter of fact, both teams just with 4 hits. Pujols has 2 of them. He started the rally in the 2nd that led to 2 runs. Had a broken bat single in his last at bat, but Angels still trailing 3-2. Begin the bottom of the 5th. G-Man Choi, Carlos Perez, and Gregorio Petit against Rick Porcello. First one's down low to G-Man. 0 for 1 as he grounded out in his first plate appearance. 45 pitches for Porcello through 4 innings, 31 strikes and 14 balls. 2 strikeouts on the evening. That's a strike.
Now he's backed up his 2-seam fastball with a changeup almost consistently. Now as a hitter, he try to look for certain patterns. His changeup has been his go-to pitch, especially to get back in some counts, and it's been a good one.
1-2. He's not going to walk guys. He's going to be around the strike zone. In his career, 2.13 walks per 9 innings. It's the 4th lowest rate in the American League during that time frame. That's 6th lowest in baseball. Minimum 750 innings of work, and there's a called strike 3. 1 down.
And when you look at his mechanics, especially from the full windup, you can see why he is consistently around the strike zone. Not a lot of wasted motion, great balance over the pitching rubber. Keeps his hands close to his body, the toe pointing down as he brings his leg up to deliver the baseball. Very important. If you're a youngster watching that, that's exactly what you want to do, is having that toe pointing down. That'll keep that front shoulder locked in longer.
Got to the big leagues very quickly.
See right here, that toe is pointing straight down as he's delivering the baseball. And that is so important to maintain balance. Perez with a good swing against Porcello. His only at bat for a line drive single RBI. In my Hyundai key for this game is when you have an opportunity against Porcello, I don't want to miss a thing, and that means don't miss that one mistake with a fastball to be able to drive it and do some damage.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Carlos with a base hit up the middle, his first at bat. Porcello certainly more accepted today than he was back in 2009. Remember, he started a bench clearing brawl with the Red Sox when he was pitching for the Tigers, hitting the Greek god of walks, Kevin Youkilis. The Tigers were up in that game 3-0. Porcello hit him right in the back. Youkilis charged, fired his helmet at Porcello.
Porcello held his own.
Held his own, backpedaling a little bit, but eventually turned Youkilis around, flipped him down to the ground. Wicked hat, too. That was the early stages of his career.
He's always looked so young, and is a guy that very quiet, a great fierce competitor though.
Jersey guy.
Northern Jersey.
Northern Jersey, yeah. Morristown is basically west of Newark. Horse country, near horse country out there. 3-2. Carlos fouls it off. Never been, though. It's beautiful country. That way towards Pennsylvania, and then even down south on the way down. Area called Colts Neck.
New Jersey very, very well.
Three-2. Foul play. Next pitch will be the 10th of this plate appearance. It's hit sharply to short. Bogarts has it. 2 down.
Second baseman, number 8,
The base is clear for Petit, 9th place hitter.
Seven outs via the ground ball for Porcello tonight. We saw that a lot last night with David Price.
Gregorio grounded out in his first plate appearance. And a borderline pitch called a strike. Chopper left side, Aaron Hill cuts it off. Halo's down in order. 5 in the books here at the Big A. Boston up 3-2.
Coverage of baseball. Matinee game today. Seattle loses to the Chicago Cubs 12-1. Toronto beats Baltimore 6-5. Detroit all over the Houston Astros 14-6. And then take a look at our game break down in Miami. Ichiro did not get a base hit in this game, but he shows why. He's one of the best outfielders the game has ever seen. Wong tagging up on a sac fly. Thinks he's going to score. But Ichiro, perfect throw to the plate, his 122nd career outfield assist, 3rd amongst active outfielders. Only Carlos Beltran and Jeff Francoeur with more outfield assists than Ichiro.
Tim Lincecum back out of the bump here to start the 6th inning. Chacin still warming in the pen. Bradley Jr. takes a strike. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Bradley, the center fielder. 0-2, a strikeout and a flyout. Lifted in the air to deep right. Cole moving back on it. Onto the warning track near the short wall. He runs out of room. It's a home run for Jackie Bradley Jr. and extends the Red Sox lead to 4-2.
Yeah, the baseball carrying very well here tonight. That ball just kept drifting. It looked like Cole off the bat had a beat on that one. Tried to jump up on that short wall, but ends up going out. Curveball, inner half of the plate. And Bradley continues to swing the bat well on breaking balls. Coming into the game, 327 batting average, 6th best in baseball. See why. He's able to get that one out to right field.
17th of the season for Bradley Jr. That'll do it for Tim Lincecum. Jhoulys Chacin on in relief with Boston up 4-2.
Angels bullpen, the relievers, been excellent since the All-Star break. 1.71 ERA, second best in the majors. The Yankees leading that category is 8 earned runs in the last 42 innings pitched, including 31 strikeouts from the guys out of the bullpen. Here's our who's in, who's out, brought to you by In and Out. Luis Shashin in the game, taking over for Tim Lincecum. 2-5 mark, 5.37 ERA. This is 16th game.
One pitch and a comebacker to the mound. Hill is retired for the first out. Sixth appearance for Shashin since being shifted to the bullpen. No record. A 1.69 ERA. He's got 10 2/3 innings of relief this year. 8 hits, 9 strikeouts, and 2 walks. He last pitched on Saturday. That was in relief of Lincecum, went 4 innings, had 3 strikeouts, gave up a home run through 66 pitches.
He's been very aggressive coming out of the bullpen also. Fastball is going to be 90 to 92 range. Very good slider. Change-up, curveball. And let's go, man. Going 5+ innings, 5 hits. Big number though. 6 walks. Highly unusual for Lincecum.
Two balls, 2 strikes. It's low. Full count. That's a called strike 3. Got him on the outside part of the plate. 2 down.
That sharp slider, 83-mile-an-hour slider, outside corner. Nice job of framing that pitch too by Carlos Perez on the outside corner.
Holt had a base hit his last time up, out to right field. 1 for 2. Halos in the bottom of the 6th. We'll have the top of their order coming up, and Escobar, Calhoun, and Trout. Trying to solve Rick Porcello. Three strikeouts tonight for Porcello. No walks.
13-game winner, 10-0 at home. Still pretty solid on the road too. 3-2, 4.02 ERA for Porcello.
And the stretch he's been on in the last 5, 5-0 to 2.53. He's never won, or actually he's only won 6 straight once in his career a couple of years ago.
The thing you see with this Red Sox, especially this defense he has in the infield, he's always been a very good ground ball pitcher, but at times a lot of those ground balls that you would think be outs when he's with the Tigers. They were thinking more terms of offense and defense in the infield. Limited amount of range there for the Tigers, even though he did still have that power sinker working.
Another 3-2. Holt pulls this one over to first. G-Man's got it. He'll take it himself. Nice job by Shashin to settle things down. A leadoff home run by Jackie Bradley Jr. gives the Red Sox a 4-2 lead. Top of the order coming up for the Angels, trying to solve Rick Porcello. Touched him for 2 runs back in the bottom of the second, but haven't been able to do much against him since then. Escobar's 0 for 2 with a line out and a strikeout. Lifted in the air, shallow right field. Betts calling off Pedroia, and Ramirez makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Boy, Porcello's made some really good pitches against Escobar in this game so far. How many pitchers have been able to say that this entire season? Now just 2 for 15 in his career versus Porcello for Escobar.
Halos have only had their leadoff man reach twice tonight. Both times Pujols, the second and the fourth. Cole 0 for 2. Struck out his first time up. Hit one out to the shortstop Bogarts sharply. His last at bat. Five hits for the Red Sox, 4 for the Angels. Boston coming into play tonight, 2.5 back in the American League East. Halos 12.5 in the West, bringing up the rear. Texas won tonight over Kansas City 8-3. That's low. Baltimore lost. Toronto picking up the 6-5 win. The Red Sox with an opportunity to pick up a game in the standings. Toronto now half game back.
The big story for Texas, they actually had a starting pitcher to get a win besides Cole Hamels. Yeah. A.J. Griffin with the win tonight.
This is ripped to center, a base hit. Oh, he waited back nicely on that off-speed pitch. Man on for Trout. Hey, get your red on. Join us as the Angels take on the Oakland A's Wednesday, August 3rd at 7:05. And fans in attendance will receive a Mike Trout Flick motion card, courtesy of Fox Sports Go. While supplies last, go to angels.com/promotions to get your tickets. Trout 0 for 2. Fly ball to right, a line drive to Aaron Hill at third base. There's a pitcher forcing a fastball away.
After
Not
that,
wanting to make a mistake.
yeah, that line shot, the last at bat, may force you to throw that pitch a little bit off the outside corner.
Shoots one down the right field line toward the corner, and this one goes foul.
It's been a while for Trout since his last home run on July 18th.
This one's out toward left center. Bradley's there. 2 outs.
Just got that fastball in enough to keep that in the ballpark. Trout very good. He's always bringing his hands inside, but that fastball had some late movement and jammed him.
So Calhoun still at first base, and here's Albert. 2 outs. Two for 2 with a couple of singles.
Runs that fastball back in again. And Albert generally will take that first pitch. You're gonna have a lot of trust in your catcher when you're on the mound here. It's a game progressively warm night to go fastball inside against one of the premier power hitters the game has ever seen.
Fouls this one back.
Did it again. That's going to have a quick conversation. Mike Hennigan, a very good defensive catcher, good game caller, good throwing arm, but frames pitches very well.
Oh, 2. It's a chopper foul. I thought they were going to go with a breaking ball. Hannigan sets up outside.
I don't blame Albert at that point for asking for timeout. Purcell held that baseball a long time. Even though he was in the middle of his delivery there, it took a while to think about throwing the baseball.
He shoots this one out to right field. Moving back on it is Betts, and he will track it down on the warning track for the 3rd out. 6 complete here at the Big A. Boston up 4-2.
Boy, Betts can do it with the bat, but he can certainly do it with the glove. Athletic play, leaping up at the wall. What a play by Betts.
He returns with a huge Western Conference showdown. Don't miss the Portland Timbers taking on Sporting KC this week at 10:30 a.m. Pacific on Fox, or watch it live on Fox Sports Go. At the top of the 7th inning, Jhoulys Chacín, who came in and finished off the 6th, back out on the bump. He gets to face 1, 2, and 3 Betts, Pedroia, and Bogaerts. Nice play by Mookie Betts to wrap up the last half inning. Ball carrying off the bat. It just seemed like a hard hit but routine play. Betts had to turn on the accelerator there at the last second.
And it's automatic too. When you make a great defensive play, you lead off an inning too. But Albert hit that ball well, but I think it even surprised Albert how far that baseball carried. And Betts
pulls this one down the left field line, hooking foul.
He had to leap up there against the wall. That's going to be a double and a run score.
Two walks and a sacrifice fly for Betts tonight. 67th RBI. That was in the 4th. A good breaking ball. Evens up the count. Out toward right. Cole tracking it down, puts it away. Out number 1.
Finally an official at bat for Betts.
Took him a while. Pedroia will look at a strike. He's now reached safely in 32 straight games, with a couple of walks tonight and a ground down. This is back toward the middle. It's a base hit. An off-speed pitch that was up. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you've come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. Includes a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Go to MLB.TV for details. Xander Bogaerts, a shortstop, 1 for 3. 1 a double, 25th of the year. We'll throw that breaking ball to get back into counts. Again, he's done a really nice job since being sent down to the pen.
Better feel for his slider once again. His fastball has been solid also.
One and 2. Short lead for Pedroia at first. Oh, you talk about an overthrown pitch. Nice play by Carlos.
That's a fastball too in the dirt. Quick hands by Perez to catch that one.
And that is hammered out to left field. That's going to go out of the ballpark. A 2-run shot for Xander Bogaerts makes it 6-2. That had sound and distance.
Boy, Bogaerts, what a season he is having. He gets this pitch on the inner half of the plate. It's our top tier play of the game, brought to you by Arco. About getting the barrel of the bat, a low pitch and well out to left center field. 13th home run, second extra base hit of the game for Bogaerts.
His career high had been 12, which was 2 seasons ago. One ball, one strike on Big Papi. 6-2 Red Sox. The top of the 7th inning. Two-two. Fouled back, full count, or pardon me, still a 2-2. Couple of home runs hit tonight for Boston. Bradley Jr. had one against Lincecum. Now the Red Sox have hit 129 on the year. That's a called strike 3. 2 down.
David Ortiz, like he's trying to say, that cut fastball went around the outside part of the plate.
First baseman, number 13.
If you look at our Fox tracks, you can see that. Starts off away. Carlos able to bring it back as far as the frame of it. Clearly a little bit off the outside corner, though.
Yeah, clearly a ball. Clearly Big Papi has a beef. And clearly he's not happy.
Hey, it's close enough.
The general position.
Take it from a guy that once walked 8 guys in a game. It's
close
enough.
You got that going for you.
Yeah, I do. There's no doubt.
That's like a tin cup moment.
Yeah.
8 guys walked in a game.
Yeah, why not?
Right?
Yeah.
Nobody remembers a guy that walked 3.
Yeah.
8?
Hey, and we won.
Even better.
1-0.
You are Roy McAvoy.
What's the old saying? Effectively wild. Well, that's taking it to the extreme on that one. Told you I didn't like hitters. Figure if I was going to give up a hit, I'd rather walk him instead.
Ball and 2 strikes out Ramirez. 0 for 2 tonight with the walk. Tim Lincecum got the start with 5+1 batter. Gave up 4 runs, walked 6. Two balls, 2 strikes. 7 hits for the Red Sox, 5 for the Angels. Dangerous pitch against Ramirez, too. A hanging breaking ball.
Especially right now, the way Ramirez is swinging the bat, he's been very, very hot.
(3-2). That's a breaking ball. It locked him up on the inside part of the plate. Top of the 7th in the books, and they add 2 on the Bogarts home run. Halos down 6-2. Scheduled 2 more against the Red Sox. Lefties on the mound tomorrow. Pomerantz against Santiago. Then the knuckleballer against Tyler Skaggs on Sunday afternoon. Daniel Nava takes a strike to lead off the bottom of the 7th.
Tyler Skaggs, he was outstanding in his debut. 7 shutout innings. His first start of the year. To the mound on Sunday.
Nava lofts one out the left.
And those numbers from his start in Kansas City. This 88 pitches thrown in 7 shutout innings, 1 walk, and that was the leadoff batter on 4 pitches. 5 strikeouts. His fastball consistent 92 to 95. Very good curveball throughout the entire game for Tyler Skaggs.
He was bleeping good.
Yes, he was.
88 pitches.
Starting on Sunday would be exactly 2 years ago to the day he left that game in Baltimore.
Simmons gets the strike called. Twice has grounded out tonight, so he's 0 for 2. Dribbler toward third, rolls foul. It's going to be a busy weekend for Major League Baseball. One would anticipate anyways, with all the rumors going on. Non-waiver trade deadline occurring on Monday.
Yeah, there's going to be some significant deals. You're hearing a number of teams trying to put together trades, maybe involving 2 or 3 teams in deals.
Chopper back towards short. 2 down.
But Porcello has been very, very good as far as running that fastball in against right-handed batters throughout this game.
Last 12 starts for Porcello. Mentioned that last start May 17th against Kansas City. Toyo for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Porcello just following suit on what David Price did last night. This one's out toward left. Chase Holt back a little bit. Angels will go down in order. We'll head to the 8th inning. Boston up 6-2.
The Red Sox by the score of 6-2. I'm Patrick O'Neill. Stick around after this one for Angels Live. We'll hear from Mike Scioscia. Hope to hear from Tim Lincecum. Want to find out from Scioscia what are the plans involving Tim Lincecum going forward, and what does Tim feel is the best for his future. Now, as we send it inside to Victor and Mark and Gooby, listen. When you were pitching, Twitter wasn't around, and I wouldn't recommend Tim Lincecum going on Twitter right now. Everybody has an opinion, certainly not positive. It's a lonely island out there sometimes.
Yeah, it is. And when you think about Tim Lincecum's had such a fabulous career, not only during the regular season, but also in the postseason, winning 3 World Championships, 2 Cy Youngs, 2 no-hitters. Just hasn't had a feel for the pitch, especially getting headed counts throughout his career here with the Angels. A little better velocity on his fastball, but command not there for him.
Third baseman, number 18, Aaron Hill.
Justine gets the first out here to start the 8th inning. Aaron Hill will come to the plate. Hill tonight 1 for 3 with a single. Two balls, 2 strikes. That's borderline pitch. Could have and should have been called a strike. Said it's a ball. Payoff on the way. It's a called strike 3. Got him looking.
Backup break a ball, getting the inside part of the plate. One of those borderline ones off the inside corner again, gets the call.
Clearly.
That's a catcher getting a strike call.
Is that what it is?
That's what we'll call it.
A catcher's the only hitters that you like, right?
Yeah, oh yes. Always protected there.
Hannigan, first pitch swinging, pops one out. And the 8th is in the books. We're headed to the bottom of the inning. 8-9-1 coming up for the Angels, down 6-2. Inning. Rick Porcello so far 82 pitches and 61 have been strikes. Just 21 balls tonight. He's allowed 5 hits and the 2 runs. That's it, nothing more. Carlos Perez, Gregorio Petit, Yunel Escobar for the Angels here in the bottom of the 8th.
It's completely under control throughout this game. Pretty impressive considering he doesn't have those numbers career-wise against the Angels. So you would think he'd be a little more inconsistent as far as throwing strikes, but he has been attacking the zone throughout.
Carlos tonight 1 for 2.
.85 pitches, 63 of them strikes. And even when he's missed, he hasn't missed by a lot. Tried to sink that fastball just barely out of the strike zone.
The other 2-2, breaking ball, foul back. Carlos grounds this one to short. Bogaerts has been busy tonight. One down.
But really, when you think about it, the first 2 games in the series.
Fifth ground ball to him directly tonight. Also been part of the double play. Gregorio Petito for 2. A couple of ground outs. Looked like he went around, and he did. Joe West brings it up. Chacin will come back out for the 9th inning. Boston will have 9-1 and 2 due up.
Well, he's been able to throw that 2-seam fastball to bring it back and catch the outside corner against right-handed batters. He's able to back it up with that 2-seamer inside also. Job by Petit is trying to stay alive on that swing fastball away again. I feel at some point he's going to try to run that fastball inside.
'95th pitch of the night. It's grounded to third. Aaron Hills has it. Two down. So Escobar coming up, hitless tonight with a line drive, a strikeout, and a fly ball to right. Boston with 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, and 2 in the 7th. This is flared out to right. Halos go down quietly and in order here in the 8th. We'll head to the 9th inning, 6-2 Red Sox. Halos down by the score of 6-2. Chaseen back out on the bump, and it'll be Holt, Betts, and Pedroia for Boston coming up. Offense just has not been able to figure out Rick Porcello. He's been solid through 8 innings. Looks like there's some action going in the Red Sox pen. We'll see what they decide to do. Porcello just at 97 pitches, so maybe they send him back out. Or maybe they don't. Brock Holt tonight 1 for 3. 2 ground outs and a base hit. He breaks his bat, rolling this one to Petit. One down. Top of the order now, and Mookie Betts coming up. Chaseen so far 3 1/3. 2 runs, both earned. That was the home run to Bogarts. 4 strikeouts, no walks. Betts 0 for 1. 2 walks, a sac fly, and a fly ball to right. That's out toward left center field. Towering shot, sending Trout back to the warning track. And at the wall will make the catch for out number 2.
Well, you can see why Betts, with all those extra base hits he has this season, drove that one all the way to the wall in left center field. 53 extra base hits on the season for Betts.
A couple of righties for Boston getting ready. Joe Kelly, Clay Buchholz.
Porcello, no complete games this season yet.
Pedroia 1 for 2 game.
Porcello with 4 career complete games. Still had that look in the dugout as if he was still going back out there.
That's what I thought.
The way he's thrown the baseball even later in the game. I'm John Farrell, especially with the pitch count still manageable, 97. I put him back out there.
Pedroia skying one on the first base side. This one tailing out of play. 2-2. The Angels have Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols due up in the bottom of the 9th. Full boat. And he walked him. 3rd walk Pedroia has picked up tonight. This one comes with 2 outs in the 9th.
Shortstop, number 2, Xander Bogaerts.
Bogaerts will bat with a man on. Homered his last time up. 2 for 4 game. His 11-game hitting streak now. Takes a strike. 3 RBIs on the evening. Bogart's now with 66 on the season. Just over 39,000 tonight, game 2 of this 4-game series. Remember, tomorrow's a 6:05 start. Angels Live will kick things off at 5:30. This one down the line, but foul. Jack swing in the dirt, gets by Perez. Pedroia will advance. Wild pitch putting Pedroia at second. One-two count. David Ortiz on deck. Called strike 3. Down goes Bogarts. We head to the bottom of the ninth with the Angels down 6-2, but the heart of the order coming up. By the score of 6-2, and Rick Porcello back out on the mound. Although they've got action going in their bullpen. Porcello is scheduled to face 2, 3, and 4. Calhoun, Trout, and then Pujols.
And coming into the game, mentioned those 3 hitters that Porcello will face here in the 9th inning. Combined .354 batting average with 4 home runs. He's pitched pretty well against him outside of Albert. And Cole got a base hit his last at bat.
Most pitches Porcello's thrown in a game this year, 115. He's done that a couple of times. Cole 1 for 3. Takes a strike. It's been an erratic strike zone, but it's been called that way for both sides. John Farrell had to come out after Bogart struck out to kind of keep him in the game. One and one. Two and one. Still good velocity, good location for Porcello here in the ninth inning. First time this year he's worked 8 innings in his start. Two. This is hit into the shift. Pedroia out shallow right. One down.
And you notice that ground ball stays low to the ground when it gets to that grass.
Number 27.
Pedroia to look down right in the glove and get that first out. This is the Gold Glove winner for Pedroia.
Travel looking to strike. Mike pops it up. Shallow right center. Jackie Bradley Jr. puts it away. 2 down.
Designated hitter, number 5.
104 pitches thrown for Porcello, and 78 of them strikes. Great at a 3-to-1 ratio as far as pitches out of the strike zone as compared to the strikes in this game for Porcello.
Albert will take a strike. Oh, 2. Well, David Price dealt for 8 innings last night. Rick Porcello has dealt through 8 2/3 tonight. Looking to make it 6 consecutive wins for himself. And even the series up at a game apiece. Albert tonight 2 for 3, a couple of singles and a deep fly ball to right. 0-2 pitch. Albert grounds this one to third. Aaron Hill across the diamond. The Angels drop game 2 by the final of 6-2.
Yeah, enough offense tonight, but the story of the game, Rick Porcello picks up his 14th win, his 5th career complete game. From the get-go, dominant, and that power in the outfield. Bradley Jr. and Betts and Bogarts, big gains for those 3.
Complete game win for Rick Porcello, his first of the season. 6-2 the final. Stick around. Angels Live postgame coming up next.